Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
That was genius. Emmy Award winning.
There we go. And welcome to Overtime, brought to you by KingsCast at www.kingscast.net. I'm Keith Kornelick.
And I'm Chris Kalazewski.
And we can finally say it, Chris. We're back from Staples Center. Kings in preseason form, literally, because they were terrible tonight. It's episode 123.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, Kings fans. We're back at Staples Center tonight for the first time in a while. Actually had a really disgusting CPK pizza tonight. That makes it feel like you're back at Staples.
Just nice and doughy and overpriced.
Yeah, $10, for the worthless pizza. But we're back. Going to talk about the Drew Doughty situation, talk about the roster changes, and we'll talk about the regular season coming up.
So here we go, Kings fans. It's episode 123 entitled, Is This the Year? All right, Chris, so coming into the preseason, the name that's been bantered about on Twitter and social media at the rinks is Drew Doughty. Now, we had predicted, hey, Drew Doughty's going to sign before camp because logically we thought that would happen. But no, Drew Doughty, well, he's not really a holdout. He doesn't have Drew Doughty is unemployed.
He is unemployed. It's an interesting way to see it. I didn't see it coming this far, but it is. Still at a stalemate. Really don't know when this is going to end. I mean, we've heard every situation on both sides now. Drew Doughty has said that, there's lots of things behind the scenes I wish people were talking about. I would like to know what these behind the scenes things that Doughty is talking about because, the money is obviously there. Terms, sounds like they're offering terms that would work out for everyone. Not really sure what the holdup is now. It's frustrating, though.
Well, Helene Elliott said earlier in the summer the Kings had offered $6.8 million per year for about 9 years. Drew Doughty's camp rejected that. And the rumor is really that he wants about 5 years, which takes him to unrestricted free agency, or I think maybe buys out a year. I'm not sure what it is, just like Steven Stamkos. Yep. It's Drew Doughty. I mean, how good was his season last year? I mean, does the kid deserve to be paid? Sure. $7 million, as is the rumor? I don't know about that. He didn't score 50 goals like Stamkos did.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different sort of position. But, I think he still wants to be a King. I have no doubt about that. I mean, he knows it's the right situation right here in Los Angeles. But it's getting annoying. And I think a lot of people are freaked out about, what's going to happen. Is it going to show up? Is this going to drag into the regular season? I mean, it very well could. I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking because after watching the game tonight, we'll get to this later, we clearly still need Doughty. It's not like there's a replacement that makes sense.
I don't really understand what the holdup is. The Kings are offering a boatload of money. I mean, how many toys can one possibly own? I mean, because that's what we're dealing with at this point.
Let's talk about the game a little bit tonight. I mean, playing the Ducks, big game, good showing out there at Staples tonight. Typically all the usuals were there. But it was sloppy. And like you said, they were playing sort of the B team. It was a bunch of so many guys. I was like, who the hell is that? It was like there was no Getzlaf, there was no Perry, Delorier was in goal.
No Hiller.
It wasn't like they were playing. These are our NHL guys. Minus Jack Johnson. But I thought it was sloppy. I thought one positive was Mike Richards. The guy is a stud. He's for real. The guy is fast. Guy's got the skill. He's all over the ice. He's just sort of buzzing out there, so definitely like that. Gagne wasn't as impressed with him tonight. He looks like he's gearing up for a 18 to 21 goal campaign. Another 20-goal scorer. Just what we need. Let's talk about goaltending. Obviously set with the Jonathans again. Bernier didn't get traded for anyone this summer, so I think we're pretty damn set on goaltending. I like where it's at. Bernier obviously had a great second half last year, and I love what Terry Murray said. He said, yes, Quick is the number one for now. We're going to keep it open. And I think that's just Terry Murray sort of lighting a fire under Quick's ass again, like he did last year when everyone was talking about Bernier, taking over the number one spot. He was going to steal it from him. It's just more motivation for Quick, I think. I mean, Quick is the number one. He's got the experience. But I like where we're at with goaltending. It's solid. One of the best in the league, I think.
I have nothing to add there. I absolutely think that they're both very solid goaltenders. There might be more push. Might see a little more even distribution this year. I think that Bernier realizes he can't sort of slough it through because Terry Murray loses confidence in his number twos very quickly. Yeah, we are set in goal. There's no two ways about it. And going with this sort of season preview here, who's in front of the goaltenders, it's the defensemen. Now, coming back are Matt Green and Alec Martinez, Davis Drisky, whatever, Jack Johnson, Rob Scuderi, Willie Mitchell, and then hopefully Drew Doughty. Again, a very stable defense. Without Drew Doughty, I look at it, the record when he was out with the concussion, the Kings did okay. We had a winning record. And I think that can definitely be sustained. I certainly think that there's enough veteran leadership in the room where nobody gets destroyed by the fact that he's not there.
Yeah.
A cup-ready defense without Drew Doughty, I would say no. With him, I think you're in the conversation.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. I mean, these guys are. I like this bunch of defensemen that we have now. Finally, it's a good mix of veterans, good mix of body size, good mix of speed. Playmakers, obviously with Doughty in there, but we're set. And that, going back to the goaltending position makes that a lot easier for them. So that back end, we're looking really good. You know.
And you mentioned it earlier. I do think the biggest question is Jack Johnson. Is he going to take that next step? Sign that big contract. Had quite a huge lull last year after he signed it. He's got the capability, definitely. If he's able to step it up and you really start getting those number 2 minutes out of, and number 2 performance out of Jack Johnson, it's an upgraded defense without really upgrading it. The name that's been touted out there to replace Drew Doughty is Slava Voinov. A puck-moving defenseman, won the fastest skating competition in the American Hockey League. Definitely someone who's probably NHL ready, probably cracks the roster in just about any other team in the National Hockey League. But you're looking at him and, Willie Mitchell is your number 1 defenseman, a rookie. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, I mean, they're asking a lot of Jack Johnson this year to be able to sort of pick up all those minutes. And, and I see a guy like Thomas Hickey again tonight, and this guy, I want him to succeed, number 4 pick. But I just don't see it there yet. Jawiski's still another one of those kind of lumbering players. He's not Drew Doughty. And also Voinov, yeah, he's had a decent preseason so far. I didn't see it tonight as much. I thought he was a little sloppy out there.
He had a goal tonight, though.
Yeah, he did.
Wait.
No, he didn't have a goal. Lockdownov had the goal.
Oh, they're both Russian. They all look alike.
Yeah, they got V's.
Moving on to the forwards, and it's a very new top 6. Dustin Penner, a thinner Dustin Penner, skating with Anze Kopitar and Justin Williams until Justin Williams gets injured. To me, a very good top line. I wouldn't say elite. Top 3. I think it's the top 6. It's the story. Sign Simon Gagne, trade for Mike Richards, and then Dustin Brown on the right side. Now that to me it's a pretty damn good top 6.
Top 6. A lot of people will be jealous about that top 6. It's solid. It's. I think they'll develop some chemistry there. Obviously, Gagne and Richards there. But like I said before, I was really impressed with Richards. So glad we have a guy like this. And nothing against Stoll, but this guy is just light years beyond Stoll when it comes to skill and just overall game. I mean, good trade. Yeah. Thought about that tonight. I miss Simmons. Obviously losing Shen was kind of a bummer, but well worth it if you ask me.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those deals you have to make if it's on the table. And, Mike Richards also is going to bring some creativity to the power play. He can play the point. Simon Gagne will be there as well. Now, I know we went 0 for 6 in the power play this evening. Like I said, preseason doesn't really count. I do think that as long as we can keep moving that puck, that will be an upgrade there. You look at the bottom 6, having Jared Stoll as your third-line center, nothing too shabby there. You got Kyle Clifford most likely playing with him on the left, and Brad Richardson or Trent Hunter or Ethan Morrow playing on the right. I think it's gritty. I think, you have the opportunity to score some goals. Clifford was a point-a-game player in the playoffs. Not a bad third line.
No, I think it's better than last year. I mean, I like Simmons on that third line, and Hanzus obviously too, but more skill. More opportunities to score now on that third line. It's not just going to be a bunch of pushing bodies around. Like, these guys can put the puck in the net for sure. So third line, Jared Stoll on the third line. It's pretty good. Yep.
And you're looking at a fourth line. There's a bunch of players in there. I think Trevor Lewis probably guaranteed a spot. He's played well during training camp, during the preseason. But you don't have that, kind of putting pieces together and warm bodies in that fourth line. I think, Kevin Westgarth hopefully won't be in the lineup all the time. We don't need an enforcer for every game.
Yeah.
But you have guys with grit, maybe a couple penalty killer on the fourth line. It's a good line to match up against. And if you're looking to make some sort of long run in the playoffs or some sort of cup run, you got to have a good fourth line, even if we're only playing 4 or 5 minutes. And I think we finally have that. All right, so we'll be right back at you in a couple weeks after the NHL opener. Look forward to that. I'm Keith Cornelin.
And I'm Chris Kalazewski.
And thank you for watching Overtime by KingsCast.